right, so here we go. We're going to talk about Newt Gingrich again a little bit more. He's the front runner now. It appears to be, but I think above everything that's out there, and there's a Ron Paul video on YouTube. You guys got to check it out. It is so fascinating, the things about Newt Gingrich. He runs around like he's Mr. Conservative. This guy is so not conservative. But first thing, two failed marriages, and things happen, but for reasons of infidelity. This is a man that apparently can't even uphold the wedding vows to the person that he would claim he loves the most. If he can't uphold that oath, those vows to his wife, how is he ever going to uphold that oath of the presidency to a country of 350 million people? I think there's a lot more intricacies to running a country than there is to a marriage. He can't seem to be faithful there. How could anyone ever trust him to run the country? Especially when there's so many more distractions, the money, the power. That to me, that's the number one issue right there. Second of all, how does global warming stand? So I talked about this in a different video. Every time I see him sitting there with Nancy Pelosi, she's never been right. I can't think of a time she's been right. But for Newt to sit there on the couch with her on global warming, I mean, I'm not a scientist. I just kind of look at the facts, and I'll tell you, Mitt Romney kind of bothers me on his flip-flop on global warming a little bit there. I'd like to know why. Did he not look at the data that was available? I mean, I've certainly always been a skeptic. And of course, the more and more we see the data has been manipulated, it's junk, it's garbage, the methodology is crap. But here's Newt. He's supposed to be the smart guy. Newt is smart. But he's snarky, and he looks angry and bitter and mean and miserable. He just, the man comes across as wholly unlikable. I guess if he were to get the Republican nomination, I'd have to hold my nose and pull the lever for him. God, I hope not, because just anybody but him. Honestly, Bachmann and Santorum, I think, are the two most conservative. It's just for some reason, there's just not the support for him out there. But let's talk about Newt some more. Amnesty. It's pretty bad. When you've got Democrats just flocking to your position on that. Look, here's the thing on amnesty. Reagan tried it. He gave, what was it, 2.5, 3 million illegals amnesty back in the 80s in exchange that the Democrats promised they were going to lock up the border, and they didn't. All we did was legalize, a couple million lawbreakers, and here we are, 30 years later with 15 million more, and Newt is just a coward. He is a political coward. Look, we're not the ones breaking up families. These children that were born here, the anchor babies, okay, Mr. Gingrich, we're not mean. Their parents are mean. Their parents are the source of the problem, not us. Their parents entered the country illegally, gave them a taste of what America is like, all the time breaking the law. And now they need to go back and get in line. You got to appreciate and love America to be here. You don't short-circuit it, enjoy all the benefits of it, and then want to change the culture. That's not how it happens. What are you going to tell the people who stand in line to come here legally? What's the point? What is the point of us having an immigration policy? If you can just come here, keep your head down, evade law enforcement long enough, and then Newt Gingrich will sit there and say, oh, yeah, well, that's the humane thing to do. You know what? No, it's not. I don't care what the humane thing is. The right thing to do is uphold our laws. We have laws. Okay? They go back home, wherever they're from. I don't care if they're from Iceland, Mexico, Antarctica. I don't care. The fact is, we have laws. We don't need immigration reform. We simply need people who have character and who are going to uphold the law. Period. We have an enforcement problem. So, enough of that amnesty gibberish. No. Just because you were born here doesn't make you a citizen. Period. There's precedence for that. And I'm sure there's probably been some precedence after the fact. But when the 14th Amendment was passed, it was never the intent to allow anchor babies. Period. Do your homework, Mr. Gingrich. Remember, you're the professor. Oh, how about flip-flopping on the bailouts? I've always been against the bailouts. I'm pro-capitalism. Part of capitalism is failure. You can succeed and you can fail. Well, Mr. Gingrich, geez, why is it you're for the bailouts and you're against them and who knows where you're at now? But you know what? Pick a position. Stay with it. Geez, let's see here. What else we got? Oh yeah, how about your support for the individual mandate? And your backing of the prescription drug bill. I mean, what's up with that? More social engineering, I guess? I thought you said that was wrong, whether it was from the left or the right. I guess it's only good when it's your type of social engineering, huh? I'm just getting kind of tired. It's pretty bad here. When Ed Schulzer from PMSNBC, when he's even right about you, Mr. Gingrich, when he pointed out your $37 million your think tank received from banks, mortgage lenders, and stuff. I mean, come on, that's pretty sad. I mean, that's pretty telling there. So, it's a sad state of affairs. I mean, I don't know what I guess here's where it is. You got Newt, which apparently you can buy his positions, and if you just want him to think one way, just kick him a few bucks, or just have him sit on a couch with Nancy Pelosi. Apparently she'll whisper in his ear and he'll just get all giddy and work with her too. Working with that type, where's it gotten us? Yeah, it's gotten us where we are now, $15 trillion in debt. Ron, on the other hand, I mean, he kind of is taking positions on both sides, but the thing is, he's taking positions now on the correct side. Whether or not he didn't, which would bug me, if he didn't have, the foresight to go in and study something like global warming, look at the data that was on the other side before he took a position. But at least now he's flopping to the conservative side. Newt, you're running so far to the left, buddy. I see you running out to the left, and it looks like a donkey from the backside there, buddy. So I don't know. Those are just a few of my thoughts on the latest happenings here. But check out that Ron Paul video. I couldn't vote for Ron Paul. He's just the guy. He's right on a number of issues, and it's great because he kind of reminds me of that scene. I can't remember. It was from the movie Tommy Boy when his brother was running for Senate, and he's up on stage getting this youth crowd at the rock concert all fired up, and voting's cool, and the crowd's voting's cool, and he goes, get out and vote Donnelly, that's cool, and then just out of the blue he goes, kill Whitey, and the crowd just kind of looks at him like, what? Kind of reminds me a lot of Ron Paul. It's like, the Federal Reserve, is wrong. We need to cut spending. You're like, that's a great idea. And he's like, legalize all the drugs. And you're like, what? What? So, Ron Paul, he just gets crazy like that. But, I think he's a good guy to go in there and throw some hand grenades and at least bring, the spotlight to some issues. But anyway, that's all I got to say on this one. And, I guess I'll do another video on something else that bugs me.